Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches aren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we have part 2 of our 6 watch unboxing. I didn't want to say sextuple and do all 6 at once because that just sounded kind of naughty. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm still wearing this Casio Edifice EFK 100, the very first Casio automatic. And Grego's still wearing my Major 2247, which is a large second chronograph. Grego asked Jack Porkins if he wanted to come to work at the Jedi Academy, and he would put in a good word. Porkins said, "Are you sure you want me at the Academy?" Grego said, "Sure. I bet a big guy like you knows how to score some frog eggs." All right, let's get these watches open. And as I mentioned before, I'm over 50, so I have no short-term memory, so I don't remember what I even ordered, so this will be a surprise to me. Uh-oh. I cut the tip of the strap. I did that once before. I gotta be more careful. Alright, this is an unboxing. So we have the instructions. And looks like we have Chinese on one side and English on the other. And we have a SHIYUNME? I don't know how to say it. But it's a big watch. This is a huge one. There's the backlight. Backlight does a good job. It's nice and even. So let me get the plastic off the case back. And I can't believe I cut this stupid thing. Oh well, it didn't cost a lot of money. So when I go to sell it, I'll give them a $1 discount. And let's see, we got a stopwatch. Looks like the stopwatch is running. Okay. And then we got alarm, and we got date. So we don't have dual time, we just have stopwatch and alarm. Now, it looks like we have a spinning bezel, and it's bi-directional, and it looks like it has a compass, compass on it, so you can tell your direction, I guess. And north, I guess we should put north at the 12 for now. Not the easiest to spin. Not that you're ever going to spin it once you get it in place. All right, let's go ahead and put it on the wrist, see what it looks like. Here's the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist. It's a big watch. Look how big that is. But it's light, it's comfortable. And look at all those notches I have left. So this definitely gets the Joanne Silver approval. Would have been nice if the buckle was black, but at this price, you can't expect that. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, I won't cut the strap on this one because it's actually in a box. Oh, we got one of these little heart boxes. I can't remember what brand I had before that put them in this. Oh, lots of bubble wrap. And very heavy. Alright. Nothing else in the box. And it looks like I have a sub-homage Hulk. And not bad looking. It's quartz though. And it's ticking away. And we have a butterfly class for some strange reason. Not really sure why. But oh well, this watch did not cost a lot of money for what you're getting. It is, you can tell it's solid steel though. This is not a hollow bracelet, and this is not a chrome plated watch. You can tell it's steel. So you're getting quite a bit of watch for what I paid for, which wasn't a lot. I think it was in the 30s. So that's not bad at all for solid steel sub-homage course, I don't know what they were thinking about the butterfly clasp. Just does not very diver appropriate. Yes, I know you're not going to dive with this watch, but it's a dive style watch, so it should meet the style. And the style of a dive style watch is to have a clasp. That's not a butterfly. But here it is. Got all the plastic off. Let's spin the bezel. And wow, this bezel is tight. I can barely spin it. So yeah, this bezel action's horrible. So if you like to spin your bezel because you use it as a fidget spinner, then this one is not for you. Then it says Sapphire water resistant 10 bars. I don't know. This is very affordable watch to have Sapphire. Let's go ahead and test that. Where's my stupid? Just a minute, I have to find my diamond tester. Alright, got my diamond tester out. Let's see. Ah, they're not kidding. It's Sapphire. Wow. It was only $30 or 30-something dollars. So to have Sapphires, that's kind of a big deal. And look at that too. The second hand's hitting on the marks. And the Cyclops actually does a good job of magnifying. And like I said, the bezel action though is horrible. So let's go ahead and put it on the wrist, see what it looks like. Here's the watch and size of my 7.5-inch wrist. It looks nice. It wears nice. Looks a lot like a sub. I can get 3 fingers underneath, so I'll probably only be removing 2 links, possibly 3. So I have to be able to get 4 to give it the Joe Haynes seal of approval. All right. Not a bad watch. Once again, unless you like to spin the bezel. I wonder if I can lube it or something. All right, let's go on to the last one. And I usually like to save the best for last, but I have a feeling this is not the best. I have a feeling that the one I just did was the best. But let's see what we got here. We have an Hoursley. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, we have a sizing tool. And then we have the watch. And looks like we have a chrome plated watch. So yeah, the one I just did is probably the better watch. Although it's a nice looking dial. The dial is rather unique. And this is why I got the watch. And it looks like we have a Royal Oak design, but we have a fake H-link bracelet and not a Royal Oak style bracelet. And the bracelet's definitely hollow. So this is chrome plated and hollow. So let's get the plastic off and see what it looks like on the wrist. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of these fake H-link bracelets. They're fairly common on watches like this. But at least it's not a rolled link. Those are by far my least favorite because they are the hardest to size. But sometimes these hollow ones can be really difficult to size too. You wouldn't think that would be the case because they all have push pins, but sometimes you just can't get those damn push pins out of a hollow link bracelet, and I don't know why. And let's get the plastic off. This seems to be a fairly big watch. So, but the star of the show is the dial. The dial is very unique. So let's go ahead and put it on the wrist and see what it looks like. Here's the watch and size of my 7.5-inch wrist. That's a really nice looking dial. The rest of the watch is just all right. It's once again, it's chrome plated hollow link. But the bracelet's long. I can get 4 fingers underneath, so I'm going to give it the Joe Haynes seal of approval. All right. Well, thank you for watching my second triple unboxing video. And I'll be back with a review. I better get a review out there after all these unboxings. And I'm almost caught up with watches coming in, so there won't be very many more unboxings. Although next week I got an unboxing coming that's really exciting. I got some really good news for this channel. And next week you're in for a surprise. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like any of these watches, be sure to use my affiliate link. I'll get a tiny commission, but those tiny commissions do add up. And I have to thank my Members Choice members, all 8 of you. And as I mentioned before, it looks like all 8 of you watched the latest Members Choice review. And Tuesday, this review will go live for everybody. Then I will put the Members Choice watch up for sale. And as soon as it sells, I'll put up another selection for vote. Bye.